Have you ever wondered why, despite setting clear intentions and visualizing your dreams, the universe doesn't hand them over right away? Why do delays, detours, and unexpected hardships appear just when you're trying to align with your highest self? The answer might surprise you because what if the universe isn't saying no? It's actually asking, are you ready? We often begin our journey of manifestation with excitement and hope, our minds focused on our dreams and our hearts filled with intention. We visualize success, speak affirmations, align our energy, and take inspired action. Everything seems aligned, and yet instead of a straight path toward our desires, we find ourselves navigating unexpected twists, trials that feel more like tests than blessings. But what if those trials aren't roadblocks, but stepping stones? You see, the universe operates on a level far deeper than we often recognize. It's not simply a delivery system for desires. It's a divine architect crafting not just what you receive, but who you become in the process. Every delay, every detour is a divine calibration. These aren't interruptions, but intentional initiations. Think of them as cosmic checkpoints, subtle moments in life when the universe gently asks, are you truly prepared for what you're asking for? Are your desires rooted in your soul or just born of momentary craving? It's a sacred examination of our inner truth, because manifestation isn't just about wanting, it's about becoming. Let's take an example. Imagine someone desires massive financial abundance. It's a common goal. But the path to wealth isn't just paved with affirmations or vision boards. It requires a shift, a transformation in character. The person must evolve into someone who can handle wealth with wisdom, generosity, and responsibility. Otherwise, the blessing can become a burden. The universe doesn't withhold, it refines. So when we encounter moments that seem opposite of our desires, when we seek abundance but face scarcity, when we crave love but experience loneliness, it's easy to feel disheartened. But these moments are sacred mirrors reflecting areas within us that still need alignment. Isn't it fascinating how life seems to test us right after we make a powerful decision to change? You choose to welcome abundance, and then bills pile up. You seek deep relationships and old wounds resurface. You strive for growth, and suddenly everything feels like it's falling apart. It's not coincidence. It's the divine paradox. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, shows us the contrast not to punish, but to prepare. In the space between intention and manifestation lies the alchemy of the soul, the space where you are stretched, molded, and matured into the version of you who can actually hold the life you're asking for. In the quiet moments when doubt creeps in, when solitude surrounds you, that's when the deeper truth often becomes clear. This isn't chaos. This is choreography, divine choreography. The delays, they're there to deepen your desire. The detours to develop your character. The contradictions to awaken your consciousness. And always there is a silent question echoing beneath it all. Can you remain aligned even when life doesn't look like your vision? Yet this is the core of manifestation, not a passive waiting for wishes to be fulfilled, but an active becoming of the person who naturally attracts them. Because in truth, the universe isn't a wish granter, it's a mirror. It doesn't give us what we want, it gives us what we are. Let that settle in. If your inner state hasn't shifted, if you're still operating from scarcity, fear, self-doubt, then even when opportunities arise, you may not recognize or receive them. That's why inner transformation is the gateway. You must match the vibration of the life you seek. So yes, you want the dream house, the fulfilling career, the deep soulmate love. But are you embodying the energy of someone who lives in that reality today? Are you holding peace in chaos, trust in uncertainty, gratitude in lack? That's where real manifestation begins. And here's another powerful layer. The universe also watches how you respond in adversity, not just how you dream, but how you endure. When things seem to go against your vision, do you retreat or do you rise? When you declare a desire, the universe begins sculpting you like a potter shaping clay. It applies pressure, not to break you, but to form you into someone unshakable. Each challenge becomes a chisel, refining you into the embodiment of your dreams. And this is the invitation. Every time you begin manifesting, you are also agreeing to change. You're choosing a new version of yourself, a higher, bolder, more aligned version. And the process of becoming that version is what unlocks the blessings you seek. Before we dive into strategies for navigating this path, take a moment. Ask yourself, what if everything that seems to be going wrong is actually going right? What if the closed doors, the quiet delays, the inner doubts are all signs that you are in the sacred in-between, that you are being readied? There is no wasted moment in the eyes of the universe. Every experience, even the ones that hurt, confuse, or frustrate, is working towards your becoming. So when you feel like giving up, lean in. When life feels reversed, trust deeper. When you feel lost, remember this is not the end of your story. It's the initiation into your power. Because at the center of manifestation is not the thing you desire, but the version of you who holds it with grace, purpose, and peace. In the universe, it's watching. It's waiting. Not to punish, not to deny, but to see, will you rise, will you become? Because when you do, when your inner world aligns with your outer intentions, the path unfolds. Miracles meet you, doors swing open. And the life you once imagined becomes the life you're living. Previously, we explored how the universe acts as a mirror, reflecting who we are, not just what we ask for. And now, as we go deeper, we must face a profound truth. Transformation isn't always gentle. Sometimes it feels like a battle within a silent rebellion between who we were and who we're becoming. Imagine this, your inner world is like a home, one that has been long inhabited by a familiar creature, your old self. This being isn't evil, it's just comfortable, predictable, like a loyal but outdated roommate who has settled deep into your habits, thoughts, and identity. Now suddenly a new presence begins to emerge, the self you're manifesting into, a stronger, wiser, more aligned version of you. But this new presence doesn't just slip in quietly. It claims space. It brings fresh energy. And just like that, the old tenant feels threatened. Picture a dog that's had the same corner of the house for years now, seeing a new puppy arrive. There's confusion, resistance, maybe even a growl or two. That's exactly what happens in our psyche during transformation. The old self doesn't surrender easily. It pushes back, it clings, it fights for dominance. You might feel this as internal conflict, anxiety, self-doubt, sudden fear, or even procrastination. But here's the hidden blessing. This resistance is proof that change is happening. Just as shadows are proof of light, resistance is evidence of evolution. The more intense the inner pushback, the closer you are to a breakthrough. The discomfort. It's the old self crumbling. You're not going backwards, you're being remade. So how do we navigate this beautifully messy process? Step 1. Welcome the resistance. Yes, really. Greet it with a strange kind of gratitude. Because when your old habits, thought patterns, or limiting beliefs start flaring up, it's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of transformation. The rebellion of the old self means it knows its time is ending. But many people, when faced with this friction, retreat. They confuse discomfort with danger. And in that moment, they make a silent agreement with their past, choosing the familiar over the future. Not you. You're here to recognize this rebellion for what it truly is, a threshold. A moment of sacred undoing that must come before becoming. When we understand this, fear gives way to power. Struggle becomes signal, and suddenly we realize each act of resistance is actually only a signpost that we're crossing into new territory. And day by day, as you keep walking forward, the old begins to dissolve, not in one dramatic moment, but in quiet daily disappearances. A thought dropped, a pattern broken, a reaction paused. And in that space, the new self quietly steps forward. Step 2. Embody the self you are becoming. When life tests you, and it will take a breath and ask, how would my future self respond to this? Not the fearful version, not the one drowning in lack or limitation, but the you that already has clarity, confidence, and peace. The version of you that already lives in the reality you're manifesting. Would they panic or pause? Would they spiral or stand still and choose differently? Try stepping into that future mindset even for a moment. Imagine yourself there. Feel how they'd handle the pressure. You'll be surprised at the wisdom that rises. This mental shift is not just visualization. It's energetic alignment. It's like having an inner mentor, a version of you who's been through the fire and found grace on the other side. And you can consult them anytime. This is the power of embodiment. You begin living the reality of your desires before it physically manifests. And that changes everything. Step 3, celebrate your progress. Here's a truth we often overlook. Transformation doesn't happen all at once. It's not a thunderclap. It's a sunrise. Slow, quiet, but powerful. So celebrate each step. Did you pause and reflect instead of reacting today? Celebrate. Did you push through a limiting thought? Applaud yourself. Did you try again after a failure? That's heroic. These aren't small wins. They are massive shifts in vibration. And when you acknowledge them, you send a message to your subconscious of where I am becoming. That message echoes into the universe, and the universe responds. The more you notice and celebrate progress, the more momentum you build. You realign your energy toward abundance, resilience, and growth, and you fertilize the field for miracles. Don't wait for the final destination to rejoice. Celebrate the becoming, because the journey is sacred. And every step, every stumble, every high moment of courage, it matters. It's building the bridge between who you were and who you are called to be. Now, here's something important. Every challenge is a crossroads. You'll feel it. The moment something doesn't go as planned, maybe someone lets you down, a deal falls through, or your motivation dips. That's the energetic crossroads. One path leads to familiar frustration and negativity. The other toward faith, gratitude, and inner calm. Choose wisely. When you meet these moments with grace, when you choose to believe in your process despite the discomfort, you're not just enduring, you're evolving. And guess what? The universe is always watching, not with judgment, but with alignment. It watches your intention, your effort, your resilience. And when your energy truly shifts, so does your reality. This is where manifestation blooms. Not in perfection, not in pressure, but in presence, progress, and patience. So keep going, keep becoming, keep honoring every small win. Because when you honor your journey, the universe honors your vision.